Alright, so I was just making this video to clarify some things about the eye video that I made earlier. And I was actually making it in reference to Seeking Truth. I think it's Seeking Truth. Anyway, I'm going to put a link, and it's kind of like an extension from her video, the one that she made. And I will link you right to that video in this description. So here we have a silicone mask that can be made nowadays. That looks like a little kid. But look at her arms. So look at how realistic that mask is. It's kind of amazing. And earlier when I was talking about Heidi Klum and her many clones, I thought of this mask. Why have one person sit there, or several people sit there for hours on end getting makeup, supposed prosthetics pasted on their face to look like Heidi, when they could make a disposable mask and slip it on and off anytime? You see them? How realistic they look? So I don't think that the ladies that were with Heidi Klum had to sit for hours like it's been said. But anyway, that's kind of beyond the point. I'm really trying to show you some strange eyes to go in effect with that one lady's video that I'm going to link to. That's pretty funny. Look at that Putin too. Oh my god. The things they can do nowadays, it's just cool. Like, the process starts by using digital sculpting software to create the faces. That's pretty damn cool. Reference photos from different angles are used to help make the masks. So the person technically doesn't even have to be around. 3D printing the sculptures makes it a lot easier to make the masks. Look at the baby. Anyway, that's pretty wild. See, and then you have this and how much they sell for. Okay, and I thought this was interesting. Since 1996, Madonna has had this crew follow her around and remove all her DNA behind her. It's probably because she knows more than what we know about what's going on out there. Okay, this guy's really quite weird. I know I showed him before, but I didn't capture this. So I really want you to look closely at his eyes right now. Maybe they're hazel, but I thought they were dark brown. That's what I always thought. But maybe they're hazel. Either way, I know that they're not like crystal clear blue. Okay, yeah, they look like brown eyes, right? Looks kind of crabby right there too, kind of grumpy. Pretty dark color eyes, makes sense. And then we have this happening. Almost looks like there's a lighter color underneath maybe the eyeball, the iris, but you can't so much tell, so. Oh, he's talking. Dark, regular looking brown eyes, okay. I mean, there's nothing abnormal. Nothing abnormal. Totally normal looking. There we go. Now, it almost looks like you can still see his brown eyes above. If you notice on the right, the iris is still showing for that dark color. But underneath, that looks pretty light blue. That looks pretty light blue to me. And it's almost like there's two sets of eyeballs. Found that kind of, well, more than kind of, I found it really, really odd when I saw that happen. And there you see, I mean that's blue right there. And we know dude does not have blue eyes. He has brown eyes, which is like this one over here on the top. So that is something that's quite strange. Again, you can see a partial eye, what looks to be the partial eye on top on the right hand side here, and even somewhat on the left hand side. That is very unusual, I'd say. Very unusual. Lots of people caught it. A lot of people put it up on YouTube after they saw this happen. So, when we're talking about what's really going on out there, we do have to lend credible thoughts to the fact that we really might not have a clue. And it really might look a lot more like Westworld than we thought. Okay, now the question is, if so, why? And how many of us naturals are still around? Okay, so here's Hillary Clinton. This one is kind of a bad one. I've seen plenty of them with her over the years, especially with her eyes. I purposely look at the eyes closely. And I've seen a lot of them, but it was hard to track down today. So this is kind of a janky one. And of course, it could be glitching out of the screen. And maybe probably is. But it's still kind of funny and strange looking, so I added it. And if you notice, even the other eye looks black, and then the other eye looks white, I guess. You can kind of see like a light blue eyeball in there too. So if it's gonna glitch, why is it glitching another eyeball? Wouldn't it just glitch? It's strange. Who knows? I'm no expert with that kind of digital stuff. So now this dude has what seem to be hazel eyes or darker shaded eyes. He looks really angry. I feel like I can just feel the anger from him. And this was made a few years ago, so the quality isn't that great. But they were talking about our troops being microchipped, of all things. And this guy was talking about it on the news. And then this happened. Almost like he was blinking, but yet he could see right through his... Almost like he was blinking, but he had transparent eyelids. It's kind of what this guy looks like. You can tell, he goes from dark colored eyes to light color eyes. It's kind of crazy looking. Now this one is very creepy. I'm going to put the link to the channel that I got this from, because seeing the video is way better. You will see the creepiness if you watch this video. But this lady starts off with fairly normal looking eyes. Dark, they seem darker. And you wouldn't know anything. You would just think she had super light blue eyes if you didn't see this first. These are her dark eyes here. And then one at a time happens. This one starts, it's almost as if she's looking up with her eyes, and then the other ones just appear underneath. So here you can see that it's one side, and then she is wearing some heavy mascara or something, because then the other eyeball just looks black. But you see that light blueness that just kind of appears. But yet her eyes are really not light blue, or at least not that light of blue. But again, this seems like it's older footage. But trust me, watching the video is like nothing. It's crazy. Okay, here we go. Now, you can't tell as well in this picture. I have some other pictures. As her original eye kind of goes up there, and whether it gets stuck or whatever happens here, it almost looks like that the other iris is coming from underneath. But I'm also saying that, so it's power of suggestion right now, and this is not a really good picture to be able to declare that, but I've seen it happen with a lot of sets of eyes, and so I've seen that happen before. You can make your own decision if that's what you believe. Now let's go with this lady when she starts off. She can look really creepy. Now, if you saw her like this, you would think it's a bad angle. Let me take a drink of water here. Like it's a bad angle or something. Or you would wonder if somebody's looking through the keyhole at her. That's kind of what it looks like, a little warped. And you would assume she had light color eyes. She just looks like a blonde girl with light color eyes. However, if you see all the different things that start happening to her eyes, it's pretty crazy and creepy too. For instance, she doesn't have light blue eyes. Looks like she might have some dark eyes with her hair there. She's a blonde lady. Or she has two different color eyes, which some people do. But also her iris seems to be bigger. The light blue colored iris is bigger. Now we're going to show a couple of those pictures I just went past a second ago. And you can see, no, you cannot see it rolling, but you can see how dark the right eye is and how light the left eye is. Almost transparent, actually, that one. These are pretty unique features. Yeah, it's strange. And then almost a glowing kind of blue on that one side. And I really hope whoever watches this video will actually look in the description and see the links, because you have to go visit the girl who put out the one with Westworld, and she shows you all these real life things too. And she captured Chatty Sue, who I always have a hard time finding this footage, but it's very, very odd and it's very funny. It is this lady who's an anchor woman, and she's dark, and she's talking, and she's got this like fully made up face, and she's talking very articulate. She knows what she's saying, and all of a sudden, right before they go to a story, her voice glitches out. Her voice. There's not many voices that glitch out, but hers just goes, ah, or something very much like that. It's very funny, and it sounds like a machine. And when I tried to look her up later, I was amazed to realize that it sounds like they're calling her Kathy Sue, which reminds me of Chatty Sue. And Chatty Sue, I think, was some kind of infamous baby doll when I was a little kid or something, or maybe my babysitter knew about it. Or somehow I heard Chatty Sue. I heard about Chatty Sue a lot. So Kathy Sue is kind of funny, especially if they were using, I don't know, a Robotoid to be a news anchor. I don't know why they would, but hey, China is admitting that they're doing that now, so maybe we've been doing it for a while. It would explain some of those times that the anchor women have the big space out, or they start talking in that weird, I should have included that. Well, basically gibberish. They start talking gibberish. That has happened to numerous anchor people. Whoa, went way fast. Don't want to go all fast. Whoa, look at. Yeah, I showed you that. Okay. This guy, I don't know why I included him. His pupil is just a strange, very strange shape. Keyhole pupil or frog pupil. And then we're back to round. Oh, semi-round. But who knows what that's about. Okay, there's Oprah. There's Oprah, looking like she has transparent eyelids. I think that was pretty creepy. But see, again, if she has transparent eyelids, I know she doesn't have really light blue eyes. So why does it look like she has light blue eyes? It's kind of strange. Or funny or whatever, amusing. Now see, here's a little bit of a better picture of it. Oh, this is a good one of it. Now, this happened to be the show where Tom Cruise was jumping up on her couch. Yeah, that's just so weird looking. Okay, this guy has dark eyes. Pretty obvious, just plain plain white hat, and not too much going on in the picture, so we're focusing on his face. And his eyes look like they're just brown eyes, right? Okay, nothing abnormal. But whoa, they turned blue real quick. I wonder if everybody can change their eye color so easily. I don't know why that would be happening, but I thought that was weird looking. Of course, it's got to be one of the worst ever as far as resolution. But it's still interesting, I think. And actually, the resolution wasn't this bad earlier, because I remember seeing a distinct line on this eye right here between the darker color iris and a lighter color iris. And I was going to talk about that, but now it just looks like one blurred up, painted picture somehow. Alright, now here's the Anchorman. Again, a lot of these people who have eye abnormalities are anchor people for some reason. So he looks like he just, maybe he's trying not to laugh about something. Nope. Oh, but he has transparent eyelids suddenly too. He definitely has some lighter color eyeballs under those darker ones somehow. Just a glitch, okay. It's just a glitch, nothing too much else glitched. So who knows? She has what you call starry eyes. If you notice, you can see they're really pretty. You don't notice it in the right as much as the left, but the different tonalities, that like speckle color, that's what I was always told as a kid is called starry eyes. Okay, so, oh, looks like she has transparent eyelids too. And she has light, super light color eyes, strangely enough. And they're just there. And so, they are so outlined, they are so shaped. It's not like, what would you say? It's not a glitch of, I mean, just look at them. They speak for themselves, I guess. Look at the circular of the iris, the very strong outline of the iris and the pupil. Actually, as I'm looking at this, the right eyeball looks like it's shooting out a little ray of light. Yeah, it kind of does. And the pupil is actually crooked from the left eye pupil. Or whatever it shows up on as I record this, and I'll render it and everything. Who knows if I'm saying the right way here, but you understand. You'll understand what I'm saying. I mean, regular glitches should not be so well defined, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Oh, that's proving that guy's dark eyes once again. Oh, and that's that one girl. Did we do her eyes? See, some of these women are very hard to do because of their eye makeup. And I guess because after you save a few pictures overnight, I guess they slowly degrade. Apparently the resolution gets lower and lower for some odd reason. But again, this chick, she's worth watching the video because, which I'll link. It's not the one who inspired me to create this video. I'll put 2 links in there. And the first will be the lady who inspired me to create this video, and the second will be the video that has this lady. When you see it happen on the video, it's strange. Oh, there's her regular eyes, so we get a good look. Oh, something happened there. Some kind of glitch right there. Oh wow, that got even lighter. I forgot that I had that. Yeah, right here she looks definitely kind of a darker blue, or blue-green, hazel. And here it almost looks like there's 2 different colors. Oh yeah, sure, it kind of looks like the iris is light and dark. That's different. Okay, but then here, we're back to almost the transparent. Well, not back to for her, but similar to the other person. It's so weird. Oh, okay. What? What's wrong with me? I'm normal. Yeah, right. You're not normal, lady. You're not normal. He's like, you didn't notice, right? You didn't notice. I see you. Whoa, Oprah's always watching. Strange lady who can change her eye color at will. And don't get her mad. See, they're very distinctive look when they get mad. That rolls up. And the eye, you can see the white under the iris. That's a very angry look when that happens. All that glitches, you can see all of that. I know that. So whatever. But this was a really strong one. Still didn't, the resolution didn't degrade over time. Not yet, anyway. So that's good. And there's other ones that are this good out there. Trust me, there is, because I've seen them. And I just think that this should really allow our minds to expand a little bit and think even further outside the box, because there's something going on. I believe there's enough people freezing up and acting strange in other ways that would make you think that this might actually mean something. And like I said, China has already told us that they are using their robotoid, whatever you call them, people to deliver the news in China. Or they're testing that or something. And then we got, some people are extra careful. And then some people lie, like Heidi Klum, talking about all of her clones and how all of her clones had to sit there for hours and hours on end. Are we really expected to believe that after all this time? I mean, before I saw this, obviously, I just didn't believe it anyway. Horror movies have been being made since they started making movies. And they've always looked for ways to get the best kind of costumes together. And I knew, I saw, maybe I did, I saw like a video where someone took off a silicone mask. It was so realistic looking. I knew that they could make something like that. Why would you have 7 different people, friends of yours, sit there for hours on end when you can just 3D print a mold and capture the essence of who you want to capture? And then pretty soon you just show up at the little behind the scenes for the event there, and you just flip on the silicone mask and you're good to go. Why would you sit there for hours? Why would you force 7 of your friends to sit there? It was almost as if what I think of when I think of Heidi Klum's story is thou who protests too much kind of thing. Why give us all that information, all that extra info that is more than likely BS anyway? Because they can do this. They can completely do this. It looks, well, many of them look real. And I don't see a man behind this. I see a little kid if I don't look at the arms. So there's no telling what they can do. There really isn't. Thank you for watching my video, and check out the description for the links of the 2 other channels I mentioned. All right, have a great day, and thanks again. I got it pushed off.